SwoleBenji here. Albion Online will be releasing their Call to Arms patch in the middle of March. Here's what you'll need to do to be prepared for it. Take action now. Don't wait. You're going to want to be ready for this. One thing you're going to want to do is get your fame up. Having 100 Spec in your armor and weapon set you plan on PvPing with is a huge advantage. Depending on your weapon, having 700 Spec or max Spec in all of your gear is only a very minor upgrade. For example, wearing 8.3 leather gear at max Spec is only 250 more health than just having 100 Spec into them. For weapons, the damage range can be as small as 250 to as big as 1000. I've never made my data mine tests public, but you can test the power difference yourself on the test realm. My Discord has posts where I report my tests and data, which you're welcome to come check out. Just note that being inactive or breaking roles on the Discord will get you restricted from accessing the data. You're going to want to either stockpile silver or gear sets that you plan to use. Because lots of people will be PvPing, armor sets will be lost at a far greater rate than ever before. Don't go into the next patch broke because you'll be forced to farm to re-gear. I have videos on my channel that will help you set up your account so you'll have mostly passive income and you'll never be broke. Get accustomed to the land. You need to know what areas are dead ends. If you're running around the foresty Limhurst zones getting chased by the enemy faction, and you run into a walled off area with no exits, you'll get dismounted and killed. One of the best ways to learn the land is to spend time gathering in that zone and having map awareness. Get to practicing faction flagging. Get a cheap gear set and faction flag up now. Go out and see what it's like. You will be dismounted and killed multiple times, but you'll be leagues ahead of other players that are too timid to faction flag up. You're going to need to be aware the market will shift. I'm sure you've already seen Swiftclaws skyrocket in price. Other things will raise in price as well. The hideout change will make stone worth more money. The baby spawn rates for skinned animals will lower the prices. Food might increase in price depending on how much the new mounts require. Leather for saddling the new mounts will raise in price. To make up for faction flagging being safe in yellow zones now, I fear that faction capes of higher tiers might require more hearts to craft. With the new Caerleon mounts, gathering will be much more difficult in dangerous zones. Because of the chaos of faction fighting, there will be a lot more action in the royal zones, and people will be gathering more than ever. Sure, there will be new areas in the royal zones to gather in, but that just means more bots running around unchecked. I never advise anyone to join a guild because it makes you a servant to some literal Hooten, who doesn't view you as a friend and is just using you for their own gain. You also lose free siphoned energy from leveling your own guild. But guilds will 100% control the flow of faction fights and the Caerleon faction. This patch is a huge hit for solo players such as myself. I have a questionnaire in my Discord. There's a link in the description. You can take the questionnaire, and if you pass it, you get a rank which shows you're compatible with playing with me. I'd love to roam around and murder people and bully yellow zones and whatnot, but if you can't pass the questionnaire, it's better if we don't play together. It may appear kind of strange, but I put out this content that you value for free. I turn down every sponsorship to keep the vids free of cringe ads. I just simply ask to join the Discord, do the questionnaire, and if you don't pass it, or you get removed for missing a critical question, just note that it's for the best interest for the both of us, and it keeps you safe from my community, and my community safe from you. New players will be able to faction flag in blue and yellow zones. If you've followed my previous guides, you should be hitting tier 6 in under 3 hours, which will let you skip over all the new tier 4 blue zones being added. As far as zones go, tier 5 yellows will be safe from gear loss while faction flagged, and you'll have a 15% fame and loot boost over doing tier 6 reds. Unless item power gets limited or players are constantly downing you, breaking your gear, it's ideal to farm tier 5s. Don't throw your gear sets away when you still need to work on faming up, building farms, building houses for laborers, and investing silver for future sales. I literally have a 30-second video explaining this process, as well as countless other videos showing how to do it in greater detail. If you enjoyed or found this useful and informative, give it a like and give it a comment. If you like and you comment, it's 4 times multiplier for the algorithm. It's the least you could do for a homeless van dweller in the ghetto, making Albion videos outside of a Best Buy parking lot. Beware of large Discord groups trying to control the flow of faction fights. Recently, someone made a website, got 3,000 members, and are policing how faction fights are supposed to play out. The website specifically forbids users from using a cleric cowl. Listen lads, play this game however you want, and don't let some website or Discord group tell you what you can and can't use. Don't bend the knee to these control freaks. There is an older faction fights Discord, which I'm really too dumb to figure out how it works, but they seem to use bots and automated third-party programs to alert members where fights are happening. The new patch should have this stuff on the map regardless, Planetside style, so you don't really need to use these Discords. I'm very against using third-party programs in Discords or outside the game tools to make the game playable. Just ride to the front lines and get some kills. Spend some time researching the new items and what they do. Find out what new mounts you want and if the Caerleon faction cape is worth getting for your playstyle and build. I personally think the new mounts are a waste of time, and the Caerleon cape is outclassed by the Thetford cape for PvE clear speed. I personally will be part of Bridge Watch, as known as Chad Watch. I hope to see you lads enlisting for Bridge Watch so we can cream and meme. Just a heads up though, on the alpha test realm, which I don't have access to because the devs hate my guts and perma-muted me over calling a game master a janitor, Bridgewatch was the most underperforming faction. I personally will be betting on Thetford to be the failure faction, but Bridgewatch won't be winning or controlling the map at all. Keep that in mind. If you want to be on the winning side, it'll be Martlock or Limhurst, with the Fort Sterling coming up in second or zerging down everyone. We'll see. Caerleon's faction will be controlled by mega corpo guilds. Since the members can kill each other, solo players will be unable to participate in this faction, sadly. So who is faction fighting for? I see it as a main activity for players to do who are done with the grind. Once you're done fame farming, you have your farmland and houses set up, you've got plenty of cash to burn. Now you can actually go out and play the game. Congrats! Good news for new players is, it's now easier than ever to fame farm up. Corrupted dungeons and even the black zones will be much less brutal due to everyone faction fighting in the royals. The faction flagging allows you to gain a fame and loot boost, allowing you to grow your character faster than ever before. Thanks for watching lads. Which faction will you be repping? Let me know in the comments. Please, check out the Discord if you want to actually be a lifelong gamer bro. If you're just some lurker or looking to mooch data, don't bother. It's locked down pretty tight, and idlers are being punished. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and if you aren't subscribed, why the heck not? Don't be timid, subscribe today. If you're feeling generous, then check the donation link in the description, and I'll feature your name and donation text in the next video. It really helps me out. Thanks again, lads. As always, be a bro, stay swole, return your shopping carts, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, should I make Valheim videos? Any Valheim gamers in the chat?